Show my test. So today we are going to discuss about the how to promote chemistry learning through the use of ICT. So information and communication technology is a general term that emphasizes the integration of telecommunication, computers, software, and audiovisual system to enable users to create, access, store, and transmit and even manipulate information. So nowadays, teachers are doing their tasks by the help of computers, sending activities and even our lessons through computers. So ICT, a variety of learning technologies, are being used by educators to enhance the learning and teaching, such as learning management system, or also known as LMS, a high-level 3D animation, mobile devices, virtual reality, and distance learning software. So by this technology, teachers and students will be given enough time to do their tasks and also to create or craft their own activities with the help of virtual reality or even animation. So through mobile devices, if the students can not have or don't have an access to laptops, then by the help of their phones, they can now enjoy their way of learning through the use of technology. Use of ICT in science education. First, ensuring that ICT use is appropriate and adds value to learning activities. So when we teachers are creating our activity, we need to ensure that it is related to their task. Don't create PowerPoint if your topic is about states of matter and your backgrounds are Sophia the First, or cartoons, or even pictures that do not add your activity. Because if you do that one, student will have difficulty of understanding the connection of your PowerPoint to your discussion. Second is building on teachers' existence practice and student prior knowledge. So by the help of ICT, we can help teachers also in doing or crafting their activities, and student will also relate or also remember what they have learned from their past activities or past subject related to the discussion today. Third, structuring activity while offering students responsibility, choice, and opportunities for active learning. And number four, prompting students to think about new concepts and relationships, to participate in discussion, to analyze critically data and information, and to focus on research tasks. When you're giving students activity, allow them to do discovery. Do not spoon feed your student. If you're teaching junior high and senior high school, it's now their time to understand on their own. Do not give all the information needed, but give the criteria in order for them to know what are the things that they're going to get at the end of this task or this research task. And fifth is encourage students to share their ideas and findings. You're giving assignments, projects, or research tasks. Let students share what are the results of their hard work. Do not, or simply say, this generation is a student-centered learning. Give them all the time to understand what they are doing. Do not give them all the things in order for them just to like tatanggapin na lang nila kung anong sinasabi ng teachers. But let them discovered kung ano po yung pwede at kung ano yung hindi pwede. So we have basic theories. First is the dual coding theory. It is learning with visualization. So according to Fabio and Meyer, dual coding theory, when words and pictures are presented near each other, students can hold the words and pictures in their working memory at the same time. So when we are teaching students, giving them the image, do not give them the word. It doesn't mean that they will understand easily. But by the use of this theory, this will help students to easily understand what concepts you are trying to em- emphasize so that student can work with their memory. So this is the how the coding theory works. So when pictures and words work together through our senses, the nonverbal and verbal processing happens. So this is when connection and integration happens. And when this integration and connection happens, then your long-term memory or your knowledge will be attainable. So which means na kapag nagturo ka using this coding theory, for example, we have you are teaching the naming of compounds or models in terms of compounds. So you need to write what elements represent the color of this model or what elements represent this compound so that when you are giving activities or tasks, they will easily remember, this is the parts or this is an example of the type of compound. So benefits to the students in terms of, so these are the benefits. First, animation and dynamic visualization. By the help of technology, we can now easily understand what we are trying to discuss. Even students will have their own way of understanding concepts, but with our guidance. Second is audience response system. The students or audiences can now respond with your discussion because they already see your PowerPoint uh, or your activity. CD rooms and simulation. So teaching science, CD rooms and simulation is very important. It gives them the details on what to do or what will happen to this kind of activity. So data loggers and sensors, this is where when students doing experiments, it will easily hold them responsible. Ay, ganito ko lang pala ang gawin. Because all you have to do is to print the data that was gathered by your computer. But then again, there's always a disadvantage when sensors are present to this generation. Mawawala na ng gana yung student na matuto because they will no longer or their presence will no longer means. But if you as a teacher will have or kung baga you will not give all the responsibility to the computers, but you will lead or you will let or guide your student how to use or what will happen if the computer will collect the data and also teach them how to get the data without the presence of computer. So emails, internet, and virtual worlds. So by the use of emails, we can now send our activities, our tasks, assignment easily. And still, there are a lot of students who don't have the access to internet. No, lalo na yung mga students that located in far away or far from the city, they don't have the access of internet and even doing or what we call the virtual worlds because they don't have their own mobile devices, even laptops, no, then what will happen to them? So ICT is it is good, but then again, there's always so we need to have still this what we call consideration that not all students have the access to internet. Motivation and interaction, arguments for use of ICT in chemistry education. The students are motivated to learn. Or to learn ICT because it affords ownership and control with respect to pace and choice of content. The research and motivation that the combination of goal orientation and interactivity and feedback produces enhanced learning outcomes. So that is based on study that with the presence of ICT, students are now motivated to learn. And some of the students have the ownership and control. Depends on kailan sila available, kung anong time sila pwedeng magsagot ng mga activities na pinapagawa natin. Avatar can be created by the user and hence information in effective classroom as the character when they submit information on whiteboards. They also allow for simulation design, means looking at the interaction simulation, avatars, and whiteboards, all offer the user some measure of personalized learning. So avatar is a useful tool and even whiteboards. But then again, not schools have the luxury of this what we call technology. So science is a body of knowledge to be an informed by an informed, critical, analytical group of people. So when teaching chemistry, we need to encourage students to understand the assumption and practices in order to make informed sense of data students and analyze. We just don't teach chemistry just to say, oh, I achieved na-achieve ko yung oras ng pagtuturo. But teaching chemistry, we need an extra mile, lalo na if you're not major in chemistry. You need to do extra effort because even though you understand the topic or even understand the concept, but relaying it to your student is a big challenge. No, it does not stop on you as an educator. You need to find way. That is why we have lesson plans, teaching guides that will help us how to make the student understand. And with the presence of ICT, technology, virtual worlds, we can now have this, kumaga, mas madali na lang yung communication and understanding within our students. So research reporting and visualization in laboratories, molecular modeling, and data representation involving ICT. So laboratories nowadays provide students and teachers with unique opportunities for teaching and learning, as well as student interest, motivation, and learning scientific concept. Even in some laboratory, they will motivated. Now, wearing lab gowns and even holding some apparatus. But if you're indulging them to do experiment inside the laboratory, it will open up their queries on what will happen or what will be the result of their activities. So development and integration of computers into laboratory experiences and adequate professional development and growth for teacher is the main challenge. So until today, it is still a challenge because the teachers know who lack in terms of development and growth because most of the school do not have the luxury of sending their teachers to different seminars and workshops. Science educators have been requesting adequate support and development programs for preparing both pre-service and in-service teachers to face these challenges. In order to attain the changes in this generation, we teachers must also be responsible and also we also teachers doing our best, by requesting all the apparatus needed and giving all the explanation to our school heads why we need laboratories. Does does it help our students to learn better? So give them the reason so that our school will support you. As we all know, laboratories is a basic part of school, but as we all know, most of the schools do not have, no? Wala masyadong or walang budget for that one. Or kung meron man, it's not a priority. Utilization of computers in science classroom for collection and analysis of data may help strengthen students' graphing and problem-solving skills. But then again, the utilization of computers has also its disadvantage. Kasi kung may computers na inside science classroom, then students will no longer find its way on how to solve problems. Though it helps their problem solving skills, but then again, sometimes it will give them lack of motivation. Tatama rin na silang gumawa ng trabaho. Integration of real-time graphing technology into science can help develop deeper understanding of science concept and linking phenomena with graphic information. 5 principles for designing chemistry visualization tools. First, providing multiple representation and descriptions. Second, making link referential, visible connections. Third, present the dynamic and interactive nature of chemistry. And fourth, promoting the transformation between dimension and third dimensional and reducing cognitive load by making information explicit. So, when we're teaching chemistry, direct to the point and showcase different examples of media that could help them ease understanding chemistry. CMM, or computerized molecular modeling, is a tool for representing simple and complex molecular structures that has increasingly been made available to students as computer graphics technology evolve and become more affordable. So there's some school that's already using CMM. In animated and visual chemistry or visual in chemistry teaching, the use of ICT in teaching chemistry and learning takes the form of redesigned animated visual e-material and attempt to help learners make links between microscopic, submicroscopic, and the symbolic elements of science. So that is how animated visuals help the students to understand the nature of chemistry. Second is we have interactive whiteboards in chemistry teaching. Then you can ask questions to interact with your audience, add a personal touch by customizing this layout as much as you want. So kung meron lang sana tayo dito or maybe some of the schools already have interactive whiteboards, pero kung meron lang sana tayo, lahat ng school ng access ng ganito, it will be easily for us teachers to teach chemistry, no? With the help of interactive whiteboards. It is a big help for me as or my own opinion, interactive whiteboards help teachers a lot in terms when we are not just teaching chemistry but all areas of science. Sensors, data collection, analysis, and communication. Sensor is a device that produces a measurable response to a physical or chemical change in a system like temperature, motion, light, pressure, volume, pH, or concentration. And when it measures the response, then the data will be collected. And data collector receives and processes the changes so that it is computable. So as you can see, computers nowadays big help. So advantages. So having the chance to perform more experiments. So it is one. Second is enables to deeper understand the data and graphs by discussing and interpreting both and connecting underlying chemical concepts. So you understand, you have all the time to do experiments, but the disadvantages, you become less motivated, less engaged, and less eager to do experiments. So those are the differences when ICT or technology will, siya na yung mag-dominate or will dominate the students inside the classrooms. World Wide Web or WWW is the use of the World Wide Web in chemistry or the use of WWW in chemistry teaching. So what do future ICT skills in chemistry entail. So, individual is expected to become thoughtful citizen in science and technology-oriented society. So nowadays, kapag di ka marunong sa technology, parang sinasabi na you are already behind. But as we all know, this generation requires citizens to be more technology-oriented. Individuals planning to choose a career in science education. So if you are a senior student thinking of your future, well, science help this. So teachers must therefore be able to follow the current development and adopt their changes in terms of teaching. As as Axela said in 2010, expert in teaching is studying and learning. In order to be expert in teaching, we must know or we must balance or also have the time to study and learn from it. Because until today, it is we teacher are continuously learning. We are unlearning or what we call learn, unlearn, and learn. There are things na mali pala na concept. They're going to unlearn that one. Or may mga bagay na hindi pa tayo alam. So we learn that one. Or there are things that we already forgot. And when it happens again, then we relearn it. So the practice of chemistry teaching, ICT learning environment and pedagogical approaches. Using ICT in teaching chemistry is the visualization capacity that allows teacher and students alike to present a view of chemical phenomenon and processes via multiple representation. So state of matters, atoms, modelings, and even how things happen when atoms or molecules reacts. So WISE teaching is an example of LMS. So this is an integrated science and learning and teaching with technology. So there's are some examples of software. We have ISIS Draw or ISIS Draw, and we have also WebLab Drawer. So it shows different models of molecules. So using audience participation software and interactive whiteboards, audience response systems are being increasingly used in classroom and lectures theaters. So both provide engaging and interactive option. Our teacher provide with instant feedback regarding with current understanding within the work. So when students are doing their tasks inside or well the presence of interactive whiteboards, we teachers can now easily give feedbacks. Ito yung mga kakulangan or ito yung dapat pa nating improve or ano yung nakalimutan nila during their presentation. So we have examples of interactive games. We have Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, a Kahoot, and Busy. So I know that we are very familiar with these interactive games. Most of us use this one. And now we have numbers or several numbers of new interactive games na hindi na natin minsan nagamit or some of us di pa natin alam how to use it. So using sensors and data collectors, it's the use or the everyday use is to understand the concept of acid, bases, and neutralization of or by analyzing filtration. So this is how sensors help teachers and students to collect data. By using different sensors, students can get a lot of information and they can process it and service as the information to the whole process of acid and base. So as a summary, ICT is a general concept or term that includes integration of virtual models, simulation, and dynamic visualization, as well as information transfer and data collection. Second, visualization such as computerized molecular modeling foster conceptual understanding, modeling skills, and transfer among multiple representation. Because as we all know, we have multiple intelligence and we have diverse students. They have different intelligences or intelligence that we cannot cater or we cannot just cater through lectures, no, or discussions. We need to use different ways for students to understand what we are trying to discuss. And dual coding theory emphasizes the integration between the verbal and visual models within ICT participation in order to become more active learning in terms of efficiency. And fourth, ICT may help creating learning communities, designing learning environment, and improving students' meaningful learning. So by the help of ICT, we teachers and students can now understand the concept easily. Wala na tayo sa panahong ini-imagine lang natin ang lahat. Andito na tayo sa generation where we can just search it on YouTube, use Khan Academy, use different creators, search creators that do different explanation in terms of teaching chemistry. Wala na tayo sa gumagamit lang tayo ng papel at pen. Andito na tayo sa panahon kung saan available na ang mobile devices, laptops, and even internet. So that would be all. Thank you, everyone.